So today I wanted to walk around with the Sony, the Godox V100 and the Flip Speedbox 28G. No matter what I say on this channel, everybody always asks me, what are you using? And I'm like, I said it on the video. I don't know. Maybe they turn the sound down just to watch me because I'm so good looking. Anyway, so that's what I'm using. I'm using the SMDV Flip 28G. I don't know what any of that means. Speedbox. I like this because when I'm walking around, I could just collapse it, and then when I get to my location, just put it up. I have the adapter for the 8100 on here, but it works just fine for the V100. So just so you know, that works really well. Anyway, so that works. Again, the battery life on these is really, really incredible. And I didn't think I would like the in-battery charging, just plug it right in, but I really do. I think it's a great addition. Anyway, I'm going to use the Sony A7R5 with the 135 lens and the 50 lens for, in-studio stuff, and just work out problems that I may have in different locations with, the natural light versus the speed light. And then I'm going to do some post-processing too, because I'm keep trying that software that everybody has told me about. And I was like really hesitant. I'm like, I don't want to spend per image. That per image pricing I think is crazy. But after using it, I'll wait until the end so you can see it, because it's actually pretty impressive, and I may end up recommending it. I really may, which is weird for me to even say. Anyway, let's get to the shoot and see how we do. I've been testing the Godox V100 for a couple weeks now, and I've tried it on the Nikon system, the Sony system, the Leica system, and it's doing a good job. And that's with the X3 transmitter on each of those cameras. I'm using the Sony flash. Remember, when you get a Godox flash, no matter what brand it is, if you're not using it on camera, you could use it for any camera system with the right transmitter for that camera system. In other words, I'm using the Sony flash with a Nikon transmitter. It's going to give me the same results. So, it doesn't have to be a camera branded flash per se if you were using it off camera. Just so you have the correct remote for the camera itself. That would be the X3 transmitter. So I have one for Leica, Nikon, Sony, and I just use the same flash to test on all of them off camera. On camera, I can only test this on the Sony because it is a Sony flash. Now, I've been doing quite a few shoots with it in the building, in the studio, because I really test any piece of new equipment I get, any type of gear. I test the heck out of it before I take it out on a job. And that's, not only to make sure the flash is going to hold up and last and do a good job, but also to learn its strengths and its weaknesses, so I know what I'm doing when I'm using the piece of equipment. That, like I said, in this case, the Godox V100. And now I'm really happy with this flash so far. I've had one hiccup the entire maybe 2.5 weeks that I've been using this, which it just stopped working. And it was because of a close proximity thing. Even though I had the remote set to, closer, 0 to 30 meters or feet or whatever it was, it just stopped working. I had to shut it off, take the battery out, put it back in, and it started working. And I didn't have that issue again since that happened. So I'm happy with the flash, that I can say. Now, I have a job tomorrow that I still won't take this to because, despite it being a good flash, reliable, and great battery life, I don't know its strengths and weaknesses enough in a event type situation yet to take it and trust it yet. And again, it's not that it's going to fail or do a bad job or anything, but it's that I don't know the flash well enough to do that. So I'm going to take one of my older flashes that I know like the back of my hand, and use that because it's a paid job. It can't be recreated, and I'm not going to take any piece of equipment that I don't know inside and out. Again, because of its strengths and weaknesses. Now, color-wise, this thing is doing great. you'll notice on her face, she looks a little bit red in her face. That's because she's self-tanned. Now, when you see her in person, there is no issue. The tan looks fantastic on her. But you throw a flash on, whether it be a self-tanner or makeup, or even a natural tan, it's going to bring out different shades, because it's a strong flash. Now, these were evened out in post-processing, where they needed to be, and it wasn't bad, but it was there. So I just want to put that out there. And I'm going to show you that software that everybody's been telling me about, that Evoto, at the end here. And I'm just going to do one image really quick to show you. I did not want to like this software whatsoever. I have an issue with any software that says you have to buy this many credits and you get 1 credit per image or whatever, however it's set up, because it locks you into saying I have to keep paying them money no matter what. For me, I like a software that you pay once and you use as much as you want on as many images as you want, and you're not like tied into them. Here's the issue though. Number one, the software is damn good. And now I have no skin in this game. I don't have an affiliate link. I'm not sponsored by them, but I can't sit there and say it's not good. It is damn good at what it does. I do like it. The other thing is it has an iPad app that, I'm sorry, but I like to do my editing on iPad. And right now, if I want to, I take the images into iPad, I separate them, make my picks. I do light retouching, and then I bring them into my computer. If I want to use the AI retouching, for the proofs, it saves so much time. There's nothing wrong with it. Believe me. I'm not making changes to her face structure or anything like that. I'm just retouching blemishes, evening out skin, and so forth. This is so good on the iPad. It does not reduce resolution, which so many programs out there that do retouching on iPad or iPhone, or any, mobile device, they'll reduce the resolution and then do the retouching. And I just never going to have that, even for proofs. So this will allow me to retouch full resolution raw files. I pull in the DNGs into the Evoto app, and do the retouching, and it stays the same size. It doesn't reduce the resolution. By the way, this here, I had those lights coming down, and you saw that bright highlight on her cheek. So I'm going to take my ISO down, pump up that flash a little bit more, to even that light out. And it did a great job. A little on the forehead is still there, but it's a lot better than it was. I just wanted to, go over that really quick with the speed light and what I did to correct that. This is just, my last part of the shoot in the studio. Just wanted to show you one shot from that. Now we're going to go into that Evoto app, and I'm not going to go into details because I don't know the app well enough to go into the details of this, but I just want to show you what I did with, this is the raw image out of camera. And, it's impressive. And that light did a great job. But you can see the shadow parts and, the different tones in her face, in her skin tone, because of the self-tanner. And I'm going to even that out. Now, there's 2 different areas where you can even that out, which we'll get to soon. But, the first thing we're going to do is take care of any kind of blemishes. Now, her skin is pretty good, but, I'm taking it all the way up because it really doesn't have a lot to do. And I'm going to take freckles all the way down, though. I don't want to get rid of someone's freckles. I love freckles. I think they're great. So why get rid of them? And now I really want to try this somebody with, heavy freckles on their face. She obviously doesn't have a lot of freckles on her face. But the acne, I'm going to take up to, just take it up to where it's good and where it's not like becoming blotchy anywhere or, just blurring an area. And this software doesn't seem to do that. Even at 100%, it didn't seem to do that. So I'm going to play with the dark circles, just different sliders on here. Personally, I'm kind of like impressed with how natural the image stays when using the software. It's not getting rid of her skin texture. You can take it down, you can soften the skin texture and so forth, but I don't want to do that. Now she does have a pronounced skin texture, which I love, and even if I just do just a touch of skin texture smoothing, it's maintaining the skin texture, and it just gives that slight little softness. And I don't want to say softness, evenness, if that's better. Uh, it's a great piece of software. I don't know what else to say with it. It's doing a great job. Now, this is the AI Unity face, the complexion part of it. This is where it's going to even out that skin a little bit as far as the tones. It's the dodge and burn area where I need to concentrate on. Now, for me, the Retouch for Me software really does a fantastic job with the dodge and burn, and I want to see what this program can do as well. Now, I'm playing with the eyes right now, and the enhancement of the eyes. But you see on her right eye there, I have no catch light. She was just at an angle where it didn't pick up the catch light, which is really strange to me. But there it is. You can see it plain as day. That eye is black. Now, I'm playing with theirs where they, have this built-in reflection thing, which is fake. It's not great for me. It's not going to like match the one that's on her left eye, or as we're looking at the left eye. So I'm going to have to go into Lightroom or Photoshop and clone that highlight into that right eye, because the right eye to me looks dead. So that's something I have to fix. When I'm back in Lightroom or Photoshop. So, that's a fail for me. I'm sure it'll work in some situations, but for here, it didn't work. Now, I'm working with the skin retouching the dodge and burn right now, and it's doing a great job. Like, I'm impressed with it. It's subtle, but it's effective. And here you can definitely see, from the body to the face, there's a different tone because she uses a different tanner on her face than she does on her body. So it's, with flash, it's going to look uneven. And that, again, can be fixed in post. But right now, I'm just worried on doing a light retouching and making it look great. Anyway, that's really it. I love the software. I hate that it's a pay per image. But depending on how many images you shoot per year or how many you retouch, I retouch for post-processing when I'm doing this, and then I retouch for, when it's a print or an order, I retouch by hand, so it doesn't play in. So, in other words, I'm paying most for my post-processing for proofs, which that's where I do my bulk of images, which is going to cost me more. So I'm still debating the software. It may be great. Let's let that simmer for a little bit, but it's worth trying. I got to say that.